Hello, everyone. Say hi back. Hello. Okay, welcome. Sorry I was clapping a lot. I kind of actually wanted to do that just so I could see how the audio sounds, just because I'm trying a different setup today since my camera that I used to record these face videos with ended up breaking, and when I took it back, instead of fixing it or replacing it, they just gave me a refund for the price of the camera plus more, because I had like a protection thing with it. So that brings me to this setup. I'm recording with my phone today, so let's see how that works. Okay, with that, you're probably looking at the title, and that's probably what brought you here. But I kind of wanted to give a little overview of the Invincible Compendiums 1 through 3, just because this is actually this compendium is the reason why I even started collecting graphic novels in the back, or even manga, right? Like, I started with this book first. I actually started with all three together. I ordered them at the same time for my birthday earlier on in October. I ordered all three from Amazon. I think they cost like 30 bucks each. I got them on a sale, and it was something that I've been dying to read, because after watching season 1 of Invincible on Amazon, I was like, I need more. And it's been like on a 2-year hiatus, and they haven't made season 2 yet. I know season 2 just got announced and it's coming out later in the year, but if you're like me, you probably can't wait. And the reason you're at this video is because you want to see if they're worth it. I'm going to save you the time from watching the whole video, and I'm going to tell you they're worth it. They are worth it. And I'm a literature teacher. I read a lot of books, and this was actually like my first comic book / graphic novel that I actually dig into. Although I'm like a superhero nerd, I love superheroes. This was like my first step into that universe, I guess. And I do not regret it one bit. I was up till like 4 in the morning, 5 in the morning reading this. I can't explain how much this book means to me. I was in the shower and I was thinking about this book and where it was gonna go next. I was driving places and I was thinking about the characters in this book, okay? It is a must get. So just pause the video, okay? Pause the video, you could come back. Just go order it, okay? So I want to give you a little brief overview of the first compendium. This is the first compendium. It's pretty thick, not that heavy really though. This is the spine, this is the back. And in here, it covers the first 47 issues, I believe, of the comic. The first 47, it introduces Mark, who is invincible, and he's the son of Omni-Man. In this universe, Omni-Man is pretty much the Superman of this, universe. It's pretty great. The art is amazing. I'm kind of just flipping through it pretty quickly, just because it's rated teen plus. It's rated teen plus, but there's kind of a lot of graphic stuff that made me question whether it's actually teen plus. And if it is teen plus, what does that mean? What can you show and what can't you show? Because some of it was pretty graphic. So the first book pretty much covers a couple of different arcs. I would say what's adapted into the first season of Amazon's series is probably I want to say, this chunk right here. This chunk. And I'll show you the picture. This is pretty much, right? This is pretty much how season 1 ends. And it's just this chunk. A little bit out of this giant book. So when I tell you this is jam-packed with story, it's jam-packed, okay? So the first compendium, which I just had up, the first compendium kind of like takes place, majority of it takes place here on Earth, or their version of Earth. Compendium 2 kind of explores different planets per se. I don't want to spoil too much of the story. It explores more characters are introduced as well. Really fun and memorable characters are introduced. I think this covers issues 48 all the way up to 96. This is what it looks like. Okay, this is some of the art. Okay, I don't want to stop too much because I don't want to spoil too many things for you, but pretty incredible. Okay, and then here we have the third and final compendium. So compendium number 3. The spines are all in white with the logo plus the number and Image Comics up here. This is the culminating book. This is where it all ends. So this covers issues 97 to 144. Let me just spin through it very briefly. Here you go. Kind of cool stuff. I don't want to like look too much into the book, but with compendium 3, it kind of like starts coming back to Earth, and a lot of things start getting we start getting answers for a lot of what happened early on, but pretty much every single story thread gets closed. You get a very satisfying ending as well. I honestly, just from watching the Amazon TV show, the series, I would have never in 1,000 years imagined it to be so rich, and I never imagined it to be going to the places that it goes to, both thematically, setting wise, and even character wise. I think this here, these 3 compendiums, this is how they look on the shelf. So you have 1, 2, 3. The colors go and highlight his costume scheme as well. These 3 books, I think, are gonna be timeless. I don't know why I don't know why they haven't made video games out of this. I know that there's a bunch of spin-offs, and those spin-off characters actually get introduced in the main series, and I love it. So that's something that I might pursue a little bit later on. But I am incredibly disappointed that they haven't made a video game out of this comic, nor a movie. I feel like this is calling for a movie adaptation. But again, I'm just at a loss of words. It's honestly really good. And if you have not gone out to order this just yet, then do it. Because that's why I paused. So you could go and order it, okay? Order all 3. Don't just order 1, order all 3. It's gonna be a lot cheaper. It's gonna be a lot easier for you because you're not gonna wanna put it down. I promise you. You might want to take a week off from school or work or whatever it is that you do in life. You know, you might want to just chunk out a space out of your calendar just so you can sit down, because you're not gonna want to eat, you're not gonna want to drink anything, you're not gonna want to sleep, you're gonna want to read this. You're gonna want to read this. Even if you're not into comic books, even if you're here because of the manga and stuff, even if you're here from the Let's Play or the cooking video, whatever it is that I do, whatever brings you here to this video, you're gonna wanna read this. Because if you don't, then really, like, what are you doing in life?